Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video where I solve a leak code with you guys. I'm gonna do it live. I know this is offline, but it's just to say that I haven't seen this leak code before. I was watching one of my previous videos and I noticed on larger displays and just on displays in general, font size is too small. So what I'm gonna do is just from the get-go, I am going to click here and try to increase maybe. I think 150% should be fine. I think you should still be able to see my code. I'll keep an eye out on my other screen just in case. And we'll go from there. So yeah, we'll do another algorithms question. We'll do it an easy one. And what we have yet to do, we'll sort by acceptance. And I believe the next one we are taking a look at is truncate a sentence. All right. Another company's question, and it's an easy with 756 upvotes and 20 downvotes. We also have a hint this time in case we are stuck. Let me see how we are looking over here. I think we're looking fine. I'll have to scroll down for my test cases, which is not a big deal. But from what I can initially see, we're being passed two arguments into our function, and we are supposed to return a string. Okay. I like using TypeScript for this type of question, but you have a whole selection of languages you can write this in. The idea should remain the same though. So truncate a sentence. So a sentence is a list of words that are separated by a single space with no leading or trailing spaces. Okay. And so each of the words consist of only uppercase and lowercase English letters. No punctuation. This is an important point. Okay. So we'll take note of that. We'll say arguments only contain alphabet characters in upper and lower cases, no numbers, nested arrays, or objects that we need to be concerned about. We need to be concerned about. Okay. For example, so hello world and hello world are all sentences. Fair enough. So you are given a sentence S and an integer K. I should stop highlighting the words because I also noticed that it's kind of hard to see when I highlight my words. But it helps me read a little bit better. So if it's causing you an issue, please let me know in the comments. I'll see if I can do something about that. Okay, so you are given a sentence S and an integer K, and you want to truncate S such that it only contains the first K words and then return S after truncating it. All right. So for our first example, it says we're going to be inputting a string that says, hello, how are you, contestant, and K of 4. We are going to output, hello, how are you, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Hello, how are you? Those are 4 words. So we will just return the first 4 words of the string. Also, important to note, strings start at index 1, whereas arrays start at index 0. The words in S are hello, how are you, contestant. You know, look at this. I don't know if this is an issue or... And the first 4 words are hello, how are you. I don't know if we're missing a comma here or not, but it feels like it. And hence you should return hello, how are you. Hopefully this doesn't translate into our test case. Same thing with our second example. What is the solution to this problem? K equals 4. What is the solution? And then, you know, same thing. What is the solution? Oh, look at this. Again, it's missing a comma here. Why is this the thing? And the first 4 words are what is the... Maybe it's just a copy paste error. And chopper is not a tenuki. This is a One Piece reference for those for you anime lovers out there. If you're a One Piece fan, let me know. I would be happy to reach out. Have you caught up to the manga? It's very interesting. All right. And K is equal to 5. And since we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words in here, we'll just return the full string. Okay. Again, the length of our string can be up to 500 characters. K is in the range of 1 all the way up to, 500. Because if s.length is like, let's say 4, so the maximum number here will be 4. S consists of only lowercase and uppercase English letters and spaces. Okay, and then the word in S are separated by a single space, and there are no leading or trailing spaces. All important bits to know. Okay, so what are we going to do? First, we need to split the string where the string is like separated by what is common. And what is common in our sentences? Every sentence has spaces, right? So if we split the string using spaces, what will we come back with? It should come back with an array of 5 words that are hello, how are you, and contestant. Okay, so split the string based on the common, let's say, character in the string, right? So we'll say, we're going to store it in a variable, okay? And answer is going to be an array of strings right now, okay? I think that should be correct. And it's going to be s.split. And we're going to split it where there is a space, okay? Now, if I console log answer, and I run this, we'll see here that we have successfully not done anything because I need to return something. So I'm just going to return an empty string for the sake of TypeScript. Okay, wrong answer, not a big deal. Output is empty, just as we expected. They were expecting hello, how are you? And what we got was an array. Perfect, that's exactly what we wanted to see. Hello, how are you? Now, we want to return the first k number of elements. So, return the first k number of elements, right? And maybe I should move my console log down here so that we can see what we're doing, right? So we'll do ants, and I'm gonna return a new array. So splice returns a new array, right? And since now we are working with arrays, I mentioned this earlier, we are going to start at index 0. And where are we going to go up until? We're going to splice the array all the way up until value k, or index k. So now, again, if I run this code, we should see here, if k for this question is 4, right? I should see hello, how are you in my console log. Let's see. I'm not. Okay, so I'm splicing all the way up until here. So let's see if I store this in another variable. So let's say solution is equal to ants.splice, and then if I console log answer and if I console log solution, what am I seeing? Right? I'll now see answer, the old string that's coming in, is contestant now, and our solution is hello, how are you, which is what we should be expecting. But the question isn't asking us to return an array. It's actually asking us to return a string. So how do we turn this back into a string from an array? I'm going to get rid of this console log just for the sake of making my code run a little bit quicker. But once we have an array here, and so we know solution is also an array of strings, right? An array of strings. We are going to return solution.join, and I'm going to join them back with spaces. And now that I have this here, I'm going to bring up my console a bit more, and I'm going to run my code and see if this works. Return the solution in the form of a string, right? And store into an array. Cool. Look at that. Hello, how are you? Just as we expected. Runtime of 103 milliseconds. You know, it doesn't seem to fail any test cases. Let's see if we can submit this. Will this pass? Amazing. Perfect. Okay, now this is actually like 3 lines of code. Okay, can we refactor this solution? And you can make this a 1-line solution. If I was to comment this out and I wanted to try and put this into a 1-line solution, this is how I would go about doing it. So I'm going to do these steps one by one, but you can like serialize them. You can make them like happen one after another, right? So we're going to s.split again, and we're going to split it where the common string is, right? Then I want to return the first number of elements. Now, I think if I splice again from 0 until k, I should have no issue. Maybe a split. No, splice. Okay. And dot join, and we will join it again in the form of a string. Let's see how this goes. There we go. Hello, how are you? So all I did was I took all of these steps, and instead of storing them into, you know, I have answer here and then I have solution here. Actually, let's just compare them so that here it's a little bit easier to see, right? I'm using memory here to store what the array is, and then I am using more memory to like take the section of the array that we are interested in and storing it into another variable. And then I am also like doing another expression on the string in order for us to return the proper string that we're looking for. Or not an expression, but we're running another method on the string, on the array, so that we can return a string. We're doing the same thing here in our secondary return expression, but it also happens to be a little bit more efficient and easier to read since it's a 1-liner. So what am I going to do here? Is there a way that we can probably make this a little bit better? You can probably use a map, right? And determine like what the first k elements in the map are. But I'm really not too familiar with this. We can take a look at the solutions and see if anybody has come up with something like that. I think this problem here, splitting it, is an O of n. O of n operation. Splice is an n log n. Splice time complexity. Let's see JavaScript, right? Because it differs based on the language that you are using. So I was solving this LeetCode quest, and it says, but using 2 for loops, okay? But my runtime was lower than the solution. Okay, array.splice is an O of n because it can shift up to each array element per call. Okay, so the way that basically O of n, like array splicing, works in JavaScript is that it's just shifting the array over, making it smaller and smaller and smaller until we've reached our desired length. And then we are joining them back again with another O of n time complexity because we need it to be back in the form of a string. And let's submit this and see where we are. This should be fine. Oh, whoops, I need to check my solutions, but once this submits, yeah. So in here, under tags, we'll use JavaScript. Easy to understand, 2 solutions, solution, 1-liner, truncated, simple JavaScript. I don't think anybody here has used a map. There's no need. It's not necessary. Let's not overcomplicate a question that is simple. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining me today. I hope you learned something. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. I am also on Twitch and on Twitter. You can find my links below in the description. And I'll see you next video. See ya.